Yo! The Kojima Awards are over.
I'm back!
And the winner is this game. Can't remember the name though, if only there was a hint. This year was kinda quiet in terms of video games. We got a card game nominated for Game of the Year. Seriously? What will it be next year? The Minesweeper? We also got a DLC as nomination. But let's not talk about it.
What the?
Anyway, it was logical for FF7 Rebirth to make it on the list this year. But is it really worthy of a GOTY title? Is it even a good game at all? Let's take a closer look, but first, some context. In 2020, I bought a PS4 Pro just to play Final Fantasy VII Remake. Overall, it was a good game, with good combat, great bosses, beautiful graphics,
Zoinks! Zoinks!
and that music. But I ain't gonna lie, it had problems, lots of unnecessary padding, bad side quests, very weird voice acting,
I'm coming.
and Sephiroth keeps showing up every 5 minutes.
What's good, Nyaka?
Overall, I'd give that game a solid 7.5 out of 10. And while waiting for Rebirth, I also replayed the original FF7.
Old school.
And besides the graphics, the game is still excellent and a solid 9 out of 10. Anyway, I was really excited to play the game and to see this epic adventure remade, and most importantly, to find out if Aerith would survive. The combat is mostly the same as the previous game, a mix of real-time action and turn-based RPG. It's weird, but it works. Each character is unique and plays differently. Some are better in close combat and others at a distance. You can use to freeze time and choose your actions when your ATB gauge is full. The key to succeeding in this game is managing the ATB well to chain attacks quickly while juggling between the characters. It sounds complicated, but it becomes really enjoyable and fun. Once you master the system, you feel like a badass.
You know what this is, suckers!
The two big things they added to combat are the synergy attacks, basically flashy combos between characters, and now 7 playable characters instead of 4.
7!
We got the old gang back. Soldier Boy, your friendly neighborhood terrorist,
Guys, it's me.
Crazy Aerith,
Question. Does that make me a dumbass?
and
Anyone here want to suck my juice?
the new playable characters are Scooby-Doo, Felix the Pimp, and Useful Sakura. Outside of combat, the game features a huge number of mini-games. Some are fun, like the piano game or the chocobo race, but 80% are either boring or straight up trash.
Know your fucking place, trash.
Some of them actually pissed me off, like the grinding game. It was so bad and so difficult for no reason. Movie licensed games had better mini-games back in the days. I wouldn't mind bad mini-games normally, but there's just so many of them. In summary, the combat is great,
Squeaky clean.
but the mini-games suck. FF7 Rebirth is now an open world, which was the logical route to take, and it uses all the open world tropes: markers, activating towers, following birds, and combat encounters. It even has the classic door opening sequence. Relax, the graphics really help sell the universe. All the iconic places from the original game were done justice. You're excited when you arrive in a new area because you find yourself in a completely different setting, a new atmosphere, new music, and new enemies. It's a great way to renew the experience and keep the players' interest.
Real, son, we keep it real.
The open world activities were fun at first, but they started getting really old quickly. The regions drag on for so long, and you realize that you're just brainlessly doing the same things over and over.
Exact same fucking thing. Over and over and over and over and
Eventually, you get bored before exploring everything, just like Ubisoft's open-world games.
Shots fired!
Replace Cloud's model with Ezio Auditore, and the reviews would have been way different. They dragged these boring checklists for too long.
Stop wasting my time.
To change it up, they put unique tasks in each region called the Proto-Relic quests. But they're some of the worst minigames in the game. Very fun, no? The worst part is the level design in the second half of the game. That's because the 2D map doesn't show you the level layers of the zone. So, it's basically useless in levels based only on verticality, like Gongaga and Cosmo Canyon.
Let's face it, Mr. Frodo. We're lost.
No, I take it back. The worst part of the open world is this parasite called Chadley. He never shuts up throughout the whole game and keeps telling you what to do. You'll want to kill him way more than Sephiroth by the end of the game.
Gear, whack. His jewelry, whack. His footsteps, whack. The way that he talks, whack.
But it's not all bad. We also have side quests in the open world, and they're way better than the last game. We actually get some interesting dialogues between the characters.
Oh, I can't let you go. I just can't.
Barrett, get your shit together.
And these quests serve as a way to level up the bond between characters. I tried to max out my relationship with Aerith to have her as a date at the end of the game, only to end up with the dog.
Hey!
This game suddenly became a bit too realistic.
I ain't had shit in a long time.
We also got Gwent, and I'm always down for a game of Gwent.
Ever play Gwent?
So basically, except for the side quests and the beautiful graphics, we were given the bare minimum. The open world feels more like filler. The charm of the characters and the great soundtrack are not enough to make me enjoy doing these activities over and over again. Sometimes I wonder how I managed to play this game until the end.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Oh, right.
Slow down, baby.
The gaming loop of this game is simple. Every chapter, we switch between the main story quest and the open world side activities. During the first 3 regions, changing between them felt good and a good change of pace. But the last 3 regions became painful. The activities became repetitive, the level design more and more frustrating,
I hate the fucking place. I fucking hate it.
and the mini-games long and boring.
Thank you so much for wasting my motherfucking time.
At some point, I just wanted to do just the main quests, but it's not a good strategy.
Think, Mark.
Completing the open world gives you a huge advantage, because you level up your characters and obtain strong material. So, even if you technically can skip all that stuff, you have to force yourself to do it, or the game becomes too difficult. It felt more like doing chores than playing a video game. Why did I keep playing again? The story of FF7 Rebirth picks up directly where we left off, with an epic opening. The game starts with the flashback of Nibelheim with Cloud and Sephiroth, and ends up in the Forgotten City with the famous Aerith scene. This is a story of very high highs.
How you feeling, man? I'm pretty lucky. Say what?
And very low lows. Basically like Remake, but even more so. The characters are what drives the plot and what makes the experience worth it. The cast is very likable, especially in the funny moments.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You feel like you're traveling around the world with friends. Some dialogues are cringe, but it's part of the charm.
Can we rent some birds?
Can we?
When the game is faithful to the OG FF7 story, it becomes really good. For example, the Junon chapter was a near-perfect adaptation. They changed some stuff, but the vibes and the emotions of the story remain the same. I'd go as far as to say this part was even better than the original.
So good.
Unfortunately, most chapters aren't like this. Instead, they change the story a lot, and it's always worse, because they completely sacrifice the emotional impact of these moments. For example, they changed Barrett's best friend from killing himself after trusting Barrett with his daughter to him getting killed by random soldiers and cursing Barrett before dying. Immediately after that, we get a goofy fight that wasn't in the original, followed by whatever nonsense this is, and then a Mad Max chase. What? Where is the emotion? There is no sadness, it's pure Looney Tunes. We are completely off topic. Another example is the famous scene where Red 13 discovers the emotional sacrifice of his father. They turn that moment into a giant lore dump for no reason. This weirdo comes out of nowhere and starts talking about the planet or some BS. And look, even Red 13 seems to have forgotten his life-changing moment that happened 5 minutes ago. The memorable moments are changed to these awkward and long big spectacles, and instead of enriching the story, they actually weaken it. Oh, and of course, Sephiroth still appears in almost every chapter of the game for no reason at all. It gets ridiculous at some point. Not even 5 minutes after his flashback is over, here he appears again!
It's really good!
I'm not even joking.
When will you learn?
The other major problem this game has is the padding. Some chapters are way too long for no reason other than to expand the game's length. It made sense to do that in Remake, because everything was happening in Midgar, but this game takes place in a huge world. In every chapter there are these slow moments with repetitive gimmicks. Either you have to push carts, either you have to do some slow vacuum cleaning, you gotta plug some outlets, you gotta gather some slow energy to charge portals, etc, etc. This completely destroys the pace. Don't even get me started on the box throwing chapter. This game also constantly splits up the group, and you have to play as both sides every time. This feels like a forced way to double the time of each chapter. Sometimes, the second group takes the same path as the first, meaning you play the same level twice.
Make it double!
Some chapters are minigame based, like chapter 5 where you play a card game tournament for 1 hour.
Face me if you dare. Fear me if you dare.
Followed up by chapter 6, where you get all these boring Costa del Sol minigames. In this minigame, you have to find hidden cactus tags in the level design. So fun, right?
Boring!
Some people will tell me that these things are too minor to spoil the overall experience. And I agree, if we're talking about a normal game. But this is a 100 hours long game. There are many other things I could be doing right now in my life, but the game is constantly blocking my progression. It gets frustrating after a while. Why am I playing this again? Oh yeah.
Something wrong?
Psych! I'm playing this to see how they're going to handle the famous Arif scene. At this point, it's the only thing keeping me going. I thought no matter what they do, killing Arif or letting her live, in both cases, it would be interesting, honestly. But I was naive.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
I didn't know there was a third option, that the game would completely lose its mind. Arif's death is not just a big moment in the game, it's a turning point in the history of video games.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I still remember my first impression in the Forgotten City. The mysterious atmosphere, strange scenery, unsettling creatures, and stressful music. I was completely absorbed by the moment. And then, the tragedy happens. Sephiroth turns Arif into a shish kebab. Arif theme plays. We fight a quick boss, and then we see each character's reaction to the death. Cloud's reaction is the hardest to read. The dialogue has great emotion. For me, the success of this remake / sequel / whatever hinged on this scene because it embodies the whole experience. So, how did the devs tackle this moment?
They don't give a fuck!
First off, now the Forgotten City is just a big arena for the final boss. No discovering, no enemies to fight, nothing. Just these weird-ass ghosts. Cloud manages to find Arif, and when Sephiroth falls from the sky, to stop him this time. I was so hyped. We're saving Arif. This is interesting. Spike! But no. She's dead? No, she's alive. Or she's dead? What's going on?
He needs some milk!
We fight Genova like in the original, but this time, instead of being sad, we're just confused.
Confusion of the highest order.
Then Cloud is thrown into another world with Jack. In the story chapters, we sometimes switched with Jack, but more and more we realize these segments serve no purpose. They have no gameplay except us walking and talking. He even rides a motorcycle in a cutscene, but we don't play it. Basically, these segments are here to tell us there are multiple realities, not just two. Wow. After beating Sephiroth, he turns into his ultimate form, and Zack falls into the void. We defeat him again with Cloud, then we return to the other group to fight Ultimate Sephiroth again, but this time accompanied by Bahamut. Zack, in his apocalyptic world, fights again against Ultimate Sephiroth. After this victory, he disappears again with no explanation, leaving us with a
See ya!
Then, it's not over. Sephiroth returns to his normal form again, and Aerith is still alive?
Let's end this. Together.
We fight Sephiroth again.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Then Aerith dies? Yeah, I think she's actually dead this time.
Wake up.
Oh, never mind.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch, go!
The devs want you to think stuff like, is this an illusion? Has Cloud gone crazy? And boom, the game ends like this.
You don't get it, it's too easy. The white spectres are the representation of the palace, and the black ones are the representation of Sephiroth. And then in constant battles, we steal the fabric of reality and create the parallel universes. Cloud observes two realities at once, one where Aerith is alive, and the other one where she's dead. And the multiple realities converge at specific moments to fulfill the planet's will and avoid the destruction of our reality.
Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. This was supposed to be the key moment of the game, the emotional finale. Yes, the gameplay is excellent, the production quality is top tier, the visuals are incredible, the music is superb, the voice acting is top notch. But it's all meaningless. This finale has no soul. There's no emotion, no sense of accomplishment, just cool and brainless special effects.
Go boom.
The game ends with no explanation. Basically, the devs are saying, you wanna understand? Buy the next game in 3 years.
Hello, I like money.
We've invested 80 plus hours in this game, and this is how you respect our time? This is insulting. I'm not a quantum physics genius to understand this joke of an ending.
You're despicable. Are you saying that you changed the karma ball into positive energy?
And I'm not interested in theorizing for hours about a video game that's supposed to stand on its own and conclude in at least a satisfying way. This doesn't feel like the simplicity of the original game. It feels more like we're in Kingdom Hearts. Oh no, it all makes sense now.
Who else will I have ice cream with?
Aerith's death was supposed to be the selling point, the climax, and the game completely failed. It's a shame, this game was sacrificed for its sequel. Instead of offering us a complete experience, we're left with an incomplete mess. While a remake made me want to continue the adventure, Rebirth actually made me want to drop it.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Look, it's not a bad game, but what could have been an excellent 30-hour to 40-hour game with good replayability is ruined by a lot of mediocre content, a messy story, and a bad ending. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is ironically a 7 out of 10.
7!
This game perfectly illustrates that sometimes doing too much equals doing less.